Hello to all my friends out there. And so I'm making another stockpile dinner, otherwise a dinner for pennies. So I fried one tube of Farmer John sausage, and so what I want to make is a big pot of gravy. And I want to use my stockpile food. For one thing, it's the 29th of the month, and so I'm using up all the food I have in the house before buying more. But I'm also thinking about food for a month, you know, buying the food for a month this next coming months. So I fried my sausage with some crushed red pepper, and I need more, chopped onion, black pepper, no salt. Here is the pork sausage, so 1 tube, and this is going to make plenty of gravy. And after you've done this, the trick to this is just add a little gravy at a time, and you want to brown your gravy. If you get a little too much flour, it's not a big deal. Just add a little more milk or water. Okay, so I want to brown my gravy, but I want to make mention of something. Okay, can you go over here? This, I took that's about a half a cup of sausage drippings, and you could save that, and that is literally one batch of gravy. And so if you needed some gravy and toast and eggs, you know, these sausages make enough gravy for 2 batches. Okay, and so now I bought this milk at the 99-cent store, and this is perfect for food storage and perfect for the gravy. So I just want to add the milk, and this milk is good for drinking too, but what it's really good for is the food storage. So I'm using maximum 1 of these, and if you know one doesn't quite do the trick, I have some water, and if it gets too thick, I'll thin it down after this with water. So right now this gravy is costing me about $2, and that's enough. But the main thing about this is I want to make this gravy a big enough batch so that tomorrow I can have this gravy like soup. I thin it down, and then I might have some sandwiches, and this is, and if you get to if you make gravy, you can make it out of anything: hamburger, bacon, any kind of meat, you know, ground pork, anything. So now you can see it's starting to shape up, and I just want to, I like my gravy a little bit on the thin side so that I can eat my gravy like soup. But okay, let's go over here. So I made, here it is. This is some soda bread, and I made a half a batch, and this soda bread doesn't require any yeast, so it's cheaper. Here's the recipe. So it's right down here. Everything, I made 1/2 batch because this is really easy to make. So in my stockpile, I'm going to want sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar. I want to make sure I have enough baking powder and baking soda, and I use raisins. And then I bought those big bottles of lemon juice, or you can use vinegar to make your milk into buttermilk. Just add 1 tablespoon, and this is really easy. It's just as easy as a cake mix. And okay, raisin bread, soda bread, banana bread, and cookies. These are really gonna stretch your budget. So here's the Irish soda bread, and I made that because I want this gravy. I could have made biscuits, but why spend $1 on biscuits if you have everything in your food storage for soda bread? You know, save your $1 and buy another package of sausage. You know, get into the habit of like this, saving your drippings. That's teacup abuse. Okay, and so then I had a half a package of strawberries left. So in the day it was called cooked fruit. I added about a third cup of water, about a tablespoon of sugar because it was a little batch, and some lemon juice. And here is my banana bread that I had left from yesterday. So I will have some banana bread, some cooked fruit, any kind of fruit, canned, and then I have some half and half, so I'll make some whipped cream. I'll be back in a few minutes, and I still have about a half a carton of this milk. And then, you know, I'll have some tea, but I want to mention two things. Okay, one, you know, I'm going to be buying food for the month. So see the chicken, 77 a pound? That is what I look for, $1 and less a pound. So I'll probably buy 10 pounds of chicken. So I need 30 pounds of meat. And then this, these Farmer Jam hams, 99 cents. I'll buy at least 10 pounds. So that puts me at 20 pounds of meat. Then here I have 8 canned meat, and I'll get 8 packages of lunch meat. I'll probably buy about 2 sausage, 2 hot dogs. They had good hot dogs at the dollar store, and 2 chorizo. You know, so, you know, to be keeping some cheap meat around. And then I will buy 4 cake mixes, lemon or spice 1, 2 vanilla, 1 chocolate, and 4 pudding for the month. So, okay, the gravy is coming along nicely. See how easy it is to make this pork gravy? And I could have had mashed potatoes and eggs, or I could have had sausage and eggs with pancakes, but I chose to have sausage gravy and bread, because this is the old-fashioned food. And if you're not old, you might not think about this. You know, one of the reasons I do this is because I know things from about 1908. That was my grandmother, because, you know, she lived to be almost 100, and I'm 63. So I wanted to get this stuff out there. And hopefully you won't ever forget this. You know, if you and your family were to fall into hard times, you could survive. And, you know, maybe if you're really desperate and lowly and poor, save your sausage grease, you know, and make yourself some gravy. So, okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. This needs to cook about 10 minutes. And if you stir it continuously, that's how you really get the nice creamy gravy. And so God bless you. I'll be back.